180. So in astrologer's request, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested astrologer to tell about his future. At that time, astrologers saw the four-handed form. Then astrologers saw how Lord is same Chaitanya, is Krishna, who has been taken from Mathura to Gokul. And he saw various incarnations. And in this way, after meeting astrologer, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to Sridhar Swami's house. Sridhar's house. His dear devotee Sridhar's house. Sridhare re Prabhu bada prasannantare nana chale aisena Prabhu tana ghare. So Sridhar was very dear to Chaitanya. Now he was very dear to Chaitanya, and the Lord would therefore visit him on various pretexts. He used to like to go to Sridhar's house. Why? Vako vakyaha parihasa Sridharer sange duichari dandapari chale prabhu range. So sometimes Lord would take the privilege to tease Sridhar. This teasing and all can happen only when there is such type of love. And that is to last for an hour or two. So they used to play their conversations. They used to tease each other. Vako vakyaha means conversation, speaking or hearing. Prabhu dekhi Sridhara kariya namaskara. Shraddha kari asana dilena basivara. When Sridhar saw that Nimai had arrived, he offered him obeisances and a place to sit. Paramashushanta Sridharere Vyavasaya Prabhu Viharena Yena Uddhatera Praya. Sridhar was always very peaceful in his behavior. But Lord used to play the role of an agitated young man because then only he can display mischief, he can display the arrogance. And here, how was the nature of Sridhar? Very peaceful. This phrase, Uddhatera Praya, refers to an externally mischievous play of arrogance, but actually befitting the living entities by accepting service. Prabhu bole, Sridhar tumi ye anukshana hari hari bolata be dukkha ki karana. So now Lord is teasing Sridhar. Oh Sridhar, you're always chanting Krishna's name. How is it that you are so poor? Generally, these thoughts come to the living entities. And intentionally, Lord acts in this way. Because these are all the doubts in the heart of the living entities. And Lord wants Sridhar, Olavecha Sridhar, who used to just sell some bananas, always used to chant Lord's name. So Lord actually wants to show to the whole world the talk of Sridhar. Lakshmikante sevane kariyat kene tumi annavastre dukhapayo kaha dekhi. Oh Sridhar, can you please tell me that after serving the Lord of Lakshmi, Madhava, who is Lakshmipati, Lakshmikanta, why you're not getting enough food and clothes? So in purport, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes, Lord Narayana is the omnipotent sole proprietor of unlimited opulences. In order to test his own servant Sridhar, the Lord asked him Why the servants of Narayana remain afflicted with poverty in this world, even though they are eligible for the wealth of their Lord. Although the followers of the Shakta philosophy who wish to mitigate their poverty or gratify their senses and fulfill their self interest offer water and tulsi leaves at the feet of Narayana and thus receive mundane opulences or temporary benefits, they do not achieve eternal good fortune. But the fully surrendered servants of Narayana who are engaged in unalloyed service do not accept any exchange for the service. In order to exhibit the ideal example of such Vaishnava qualities, the Lord's associates from Vaikuntha display various poverty stricken pastimes. By such pastimes, however, they do not feel any misery. They have the following strong conviction at heart. Tomara sevaya dukkha haya yata seyota parama sukha. Whatever misery comes in the course of your service is my greatest happiness. They do not desire anything from the Lord for their own sense gratification. But foolish persons, through material vision, inspired by external conditions, think that Vaishnavas are afflicted by various needs. Since, due to a lack of wealth, Sridhar, Vipra, or various or other pure devotees of the Lord appear from the material point of view, unable to accumulate fine items of enjoyment for dressing and eating like ordinary people. Such questions may naturally arise. This is clearly seen in this conversation between Sridhar and Sri Gaurasundar. So this is generally a doubt which comes even for the neophytes. Oh, why Lord is not giving us so much of wealth? Why we have to face so much of misery in spite of family members chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Why we are affected by the miserable condition? So that is why Lord sends his devotees from Vaikuntha, who takes the role of, of a poor person, like Sudama, here Sridhar. They were all poverty stricken, but still they are experiencing the highest bliss. They don't have proper food to eat, they don't have proper clothing also, but still they are not at all affected by the external situation. That is what Krishna wants to show, that in bhakti, there should not be any barter exchange. If I am doing bhakti, then I should see that my things are fulfilled, my dreams are fulfilled. I should have so much success, I should have so much of money. So such type of barter exchange, here Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, such type of barter exchange is done by Shakta followers, Shakta philosophy followers. They also offer tulasi, uh, water to Narayana, but in exchange they want opulence, and Lord gives them. On the contrary, a devotee, even in spite of so much of difficulties, he is never bothered. He has one trust that Avashya Rakshive Krishna. In all the situations, Krishna is taking his service. Sridhar bole na upavasana ka तना कोरी छोटा हौका बड़ा हौका वस्त्र देखा परी. Sridhar says, oh, I'm not starving. At least I am not starving. I am wearing some clothes, be it small or large. What happens? What is the matter? Sometimes I wear big clothes, sometimes I wear small clothes. I have no difficulty due to a lack of food and clothing. I do not completely fast. I eat something or the other. Though I do not have opportunity to wear fine clothes, I cover myself with some torn cloth. Prabhu bole, ઘરે બોલા દીખી તે છે ખડગાછી નાઈ. Lord said, but I see your cloth is mended in 10 places, and your roof of your cottage has no straw. This is the condition of our temple now. So So Lord says that I'm seeing that your cloth is torn in 10 places. The roof has no straw. Ganti refers to knotted, tied, or sewn. And the Lord then said, I can see that there are many knots all over your old torn cloth. There are many holes in the thatched roof of your old cottage. देखयई छंडी विश्वहरि रे पूजिया केना घरे खाया परे sabanagariya. See, look at other people. They worship Chandi, Vishahari. They have no scarcity for food or clothes. A rich merchant visited our temple day before yesterday. And he was just saying, Kacha hai, kya construction? I said, yes, what we do? We are not having that much funds. He said, you know what we are doing? We are having now Durga Navaratri celebration. Know what we are spending? We are spending 3.5 CR just for Pandal. I said, oh, so wonderful. You could have given that to us and you could have made this ground as your Dandiya ground for eternal, forever. I said, yes, even we know that. And not only we are spending here, we are spending in Kalyan also 3.5. That means total we are all correcting 7 crores. That means he wanted to show that you devotees are so useless. You don't have money for Lord. So I told, see what to do. We need people like you. Actually, you should have spent that whole 7 crores. We could have brought this place. We could have made a wonderful ground for you all to dance. Then automatically he said, because when I accepted, yes, we are all useless, what to do? Then he said, yes, even I am telling to our people that they are uselessly wasting the money. Ulta is spoke there. So people take a pride of show off, but devotees take the pride of simplicity. That is the difference between devotees and outsiders. Outsiders are generally these Durga worshippers, Chandi worshippers, Shakta worshippers. They have the pride of doing everything very systematically organized. You see there, if they have their satsang programs also, it will be organized. So much of show off tendency will be there. But on the contrary, if you see, the devotees are very, very simple. You name any place, you name any place, you name any sampradaya of Vaishnava cult. It is only for simplicity Krishna is there with them. They don't have any show off tendency, but whatever best for Lord, they will always do. On the contrary, Shakta worshippers, they never offer anything, they just offer tulsi and water to Lord. They don't dress Lord also so nicely. But devotees, though externally may seem to be not so opulent, but wherever Krishna's service is there, they dress Lord nicely, they will feed Lord nicely. That is the difference. The Lord further said, just see how the followers of Shakti philosophers are. They live happily, comfortably, not by worshipping eternally revered Supreme Lord, but they also worship Chandika Devi, who affords benedictions for sense gratification like wealth, followers, conquest of enemies. They worship Vishahari, the who destroys the fear of snakes, Vishahari. And you have brought on yourselves this pathetic condition by engaging in the service of the Lord without expressing any desire of material happiness and comfort. Through this question put before the great devotee Sridhar, Gaur Sundar revealed the mentality of pure Vaishnavas and illustrated proper philosophy. In Srimad Bhakti Vinod Thakur's famous book, Jaiva Dharma, the mentality of the Shakta philosophy followers who desire material advancement is described. We can see by his description that community is desirous of material advancement and puffed up with false pride based on perishable material wealth, followers, knowledge, and the deceitful civilization are cheated out of achieving the ultimate goal of life. On account of seeing the external poverty of the Vaishnavas and attributing various needs and abominations to the Vaishnavas. Actually, they do not understand that the Vaishnavas alone are the rightful heirs of Lord Narayana's entire sixfold opulences. So they have a false pride just because they have a perishable material wealth, perishable follower, a perishable knowledge, and they have the civilization which have cheating tendency. That is why they think that this is the goal of life. They see the external poverty of the Vaishnavas and they go on criticizing the Vaishnavas. On the contrary, who is a legal heir of Krishna's property? As the Vaishnavas. When Krishna asked Duryodhana, what you want? You want me or you want Narayani Sena? That is opulence. Duryodhana said, we want you. Duryodhana said, we want your opulence. On the contrary, here, Arjuna said, we want you. So, devotees have the highest opulence, that is Krishna. And Krishna's opulence are had by the Shakta followers. But that opulence which they are having is not an eternal opulence. That is a reflection of real opulence. So what Narayani Sena was given to Duryodhana was exactly the reflection of the real opulence which was there with Arjuna. So externally, it may seem that the five Pandavas faced a lot of difficulties. But because Krishna is with them, what happened? Yatra partho dharurdharaha tatra shir vijayo bhutir dhruvani tir. Shri Vijaya is always there for the devotees. Though externally they may seem to be facing a lot of difficulties. But Shri means Lakshmi, Vijaya means always they are going to they will always conquer others. That opulence is always with the devotees. But reflection of the real opulence is the material Maya. This material Maya, which is named as Narayani Sena, was with Duryodhana. Narayani is also one of the name of Durga. So Durga cheats them by giving false opulence. She has Trishul, this Tridanda. With this Tridanda, what she does is, though she gives material opulence, the same opulence, she kicks them, she hits them. Adhyatmik tapadi, Daivik tapadi, Bhautik tap. That is why those who are Shakta worshippers, they should be very careful because she is the wife of Chalaguru and Chalaguru is Lord Shiva. Though he is the greatest Vaishnava, but for the demons, he is Chala. Chala means the one who will cheat them, give them the benediction and with the same benediction kill them. So Vaishnavi is also following, that is Durgaji is also following what Shivji does. Sridhar bole na viprabalira uttama tathapi sabara kalayaya ekasama. Yes, what you say is true. But whatever it may be, time is same for everyone. Time passes equally. It's not that a rich man has more time or a poor man has less time. Time has not done any partiality for us. Whatever time is there for everyone, it cannot be purchased by a rich person. Neither it can be deprived by a poor person. Time is very equal. Here is a lot of meaning is there. So suppose 100 years is given for a rich man and 100 years is given for a poor man. Time is same. So rich man has wasted his time and a devotee who seems to be poor, Here, when we are talking about poor man, we are not talking about the beggars. We are talking about the devotees who seem to be poor. So he has utilized his time. That person is wasted. This person is utilized. रत्नघरे थाके राजा दिव्य खाय परे पक्षीगण थाके देखा वृक्षेर परे. King may have jewels in his house. He may be eating opulent food, but birds are also living in the trees. Lord has provided everybody everything. काल पुनः सबार समाना हाय सबे निज कर्म भुंजे ईश्वर इच्छाय. Yet time passes equally for everyone as they all enjoy the fruits of their previous activities by the will of Lord. So here Sridhar Vipra says that the Lord has given time for everyone. That means the hope to improve and the time to reap one's own fruits, whatever we have done in the past life, that has to be reaped. Some get lot of opulence according to whatever past life karmas he has done. Some may be not having anything because of, again, the previous life impressions. But those fruits are given by the will of Lord. A devotee, if he is completely eager in the service of Krishna, is not bothered about these fruits. Sometimes it is a bitter fruit, sometimes sweet fruit, sometimes sour fruit. But a devotee is not bothered with whatever fruits he gets. His only mission is to serve Krishna. And he just waits for the anukampa of Krishna. Tatte anukampartham susamikshamaano bhunjane vatmakritam vipakam hridavagva purbhir vidadhan namaste jiveta yo mukti padai sadai bhak. He is eligible to go back home, back to God. Who? One who is patiently waiting for the mercy of Krishna. He has so much of tolerance. Nukampaha tattenu mankampartham susamikshamaano. At the same time, he performs his duty. Performing duty means reaping the karmas. Any activity is nothing. Every activity is actually the result of previous karmas. Except for devotional service, any activity in this world is just reaping previous karmas. That is why it is said, just spiritualize your activity. If we spiritualize our activity, then this activity will not bind us. Because activities are the effects of our previous life karmas. Any activity you say. But what you do is, if we just do the work for Krishna, yagyathat karmano netra lokoyam karmavandanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sanga samarchana yagyathat karmano netra. Just keep Krishna in the center and work for him. Then every activity, though it may have come because of the previous life karmas, just could be changed. That is why karma is not eternal. Karma can be changed into akarma. Sakarma, vikarma, akarma. Sakarma, vikarma binds a person. Good or bad binds a person. But akarma is for Krishna. Yagyatharth karma. It is for Krishna. When that is for Krishna, then it becomes very easy to spiritualize the activity and just change our life. So Sridhar Swami says, time is given for everyone. Time is so equal for everyone. A rich man may be having so much of opulence, so much of food around him, so many people to serve him. A poor person may not be having. But again, the Kala is going to act in its own way. It is not dependent on somebody's opulence. That person is also going to die. All his opulence also will be vanquished. And here, this poverty of a person is also going to be vanquished. When the Kala comes, this all is going to change. The whole situation is going to change. In the next lifetime, who is going to become a bird and who is going to become a king? It all depends on their activities. So whatever opulences I may have, whatever facilities I may be given, that is all changeable. So time is eternal. Time is not dependent on all these factors. This is what is a reply given by Sridhar Swami. So purport of this verse was a very beautiful verse and beautiful explanation which has been given by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that we'll be doing tomorrow. So any questions you can ask.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Then do it.
Mataji, in the beginning of that, Sridhar was always peaceful in the behavior, while the Lord enjoyed the playing the role of agitated young man. So why is this contrast mentioned here?
He's playing the role, no? He's playing the role of arrogant, like teasing person. He's teasing now because he wants Sridhar to answer. That is how he goes and plays there. He likes to play. And Sridhar is also not, Sridhar is giving proper answers in a proper humble mode because he's known for he's a personification of Shanta, peace.
Mataji, you said karma can be changed to akarma, and that is what we want. How can we karma be changed to akarma?
Srila Prabhupada in one of the purports says, Sakarma is also Vikarma only.
Karma is also vikarma. Okay, yeah, correct. So karma is also vikarma.
Both come in the same category. That is just because both are going to make us go in this material world only.
So how can we change the karma to karma by keeping Krishna in center like that?
Yeah. Vikarma is anyhow not authorized in the Vedas. It has not to be told. It is prohibited in the Vedas. So there is no question of vikarma to be spiritualized. But still somebody is having this profession, stealing, then he can do it for Krishna. But Prabhupada once told, till I am there, you can do. One of his disciples was a smuggler. He told, stop it. Don't do this. If I've heard this, if you're doing it, then give it to me till that time you are safe. Moment I have gone, you are inside the jail. It happened. It happened to that person. So it has not been authorized. No acharyas say perform vikarma. No acharyas say intoxication, illicit sex, gambling. No acharyas say that. But a person doesn't want to leave, then acharyas say, guide them. They say, don't do this.
No, because you see in that when Krishna was returning to Dwarka, that time there was many types of citizens were there and some were prostitutes. Okay, then Prabhupada ji says in this purport that these prostitutes were all devoted to Krishna.
They were doing Sanjalpa.
Devoted
means
to Krishna.
Yeah.
But then still he continues to stay Prabhupada ji in that big purport that
those time
these
prostitutes
are also important for the society. So this may be an example of vikarma being.
No. These prostitutes were sold out to the kings. They were not sold out for other people. The prostitution which is now seen is just a sense gratification, and there are also sense gratification there, no doubt. But this is of the lowest category. That time even prostitution also, it was like they were sold out to kings. The kings had only the authority to maintain them. That was a type of prostitution that time it was there. Then few people became Devadasis, those who were sold out to Krishna only. Nobody can touch them. So they were also called as prostitutes, but they were not prostitutes of nowadays people. Nowadays, how It's the lowest kind of things now. Everything is happening.
The last point observation. I don't know if it is this thing. The Lord said, I can see that there are many knots all over your old torn cloth, and there are many holes in the thatched roof of your old cottage. Now, since Gaurangaji is connecting himself with the holes in the thatched roof of your old cottage, so naturally it has to be spiritual holes. So, does these holes in
No,
the
he has not mentioned like that. We can assume so many things.
okay?
It is clearly said that his house has so many holes.
No, what I was
His
coming to, the observation, the end part is this, that since Lord is connecting and Lord is talking about these holes, so these holes of a devotee like Sridhar Swami must be the mercy which is being given by the Lord, which are
We
through
can
the
speculate many things, but this is very clear
okay,
understanding. His clothes
okay,
were torn, his house was not in a proper shape.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Speculation, there is no end to the speculation.
Yeah, but sometimes speculation within the philosophy also.
That can be done
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that can be done within a limit. But here
Not
very
yet,
clearly,
not yet.
my
Okay, okay.
acharyas have not speculated, then we should also avoid speculation.
Okay. Thank you for the correction. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here. Tomorrow Ekadashi. So tomorrow is Guru Maharaj Vyas Puja. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Vyas Puja. Requesting devotees to come to the center. We'll have, for the first time, we'll be celebrating Vyas Puja offering. 6 o'clock onwards, there will be some small kirtan. There are some few ladies who want to come and do the kirtan. I said, no problem, you can do. 7 o'clock onwards, we will have Gaurarti, 7 onwards, and then a small description about, it's not that everybody has to come and do the offerings for Vyas Puja. You have written your offerings, you have submitted also. We'll do kirtan, bhajan, and some talk on His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. This is the first time, and then Pushpanjali will be there. Hare Krishna.